The extremist narrative process builds over multiple actor relationships. It is not just isolated hateful words found in online posts. Reading a single message in isolation makes you lose sight of the context and of the important insights. For this reason, we built Grenade Explorer, which turns a whole corpus into one interpretable graph and puts a linguist inside the loop to refine how a narrative is actually wired together. Every post becomes a node. We classify each post's narrative role with a graph neural network, and we make the model explain which links drove its decision, so the human can act on it. Let me show you some real posts from a French corpus. This is the corpus as a graph. I color nodes by any attribute. Here, in-group versus out-group, and clusters and bridges appear immediately. It's fully interactive. I zoom in, filter by label, and click any node to go deeper. That drops me into the node inspector. For a single post, I get its full attributes, its degree, and its neighborhood, showing where it sits in the wider narrative. This is where an analyst builds intuition about one actor. Let's take an example. My editorial from last night on the political persecution of right-wing feminists. Its ranked neighborhood includes several similar nodes, including 67 and 40. Node 67 argues that female virginity is a gift, while male virginity is a burden. Node 40, part of a gender and sexuality cluster expressing misogynistic views, argues that if men avoid commitment and only want casual relationships, the woman is to blame. Moving on to the model's reasoning, we generate the GNN Explorer's importance scores, and the edge connecting those two posts lights up, denoting the most important connections in the graph. And here the human steps in. The analyst inspects the top edges, filters out the weak or spurious ones, and retrains the model. But a score isn't an explanation. So a local language model verbalizes each top edge. Actors, relationship, narrative type, why their connection matters. And because a message-passing model decides a post's label from its strongest edges, this explanation is the exact evidence behind that classification. If the edge is spurious, the analyst prunes it. If it is sound but conflicts with the annotation, they can relabel. The model has become a second annotator that shows its reasoning. So a contested label gets settled on evidence, not opinion. Then the loop runs again. So the analyst is never a passive reader. From raw posts, to a graph, to a classification, to an explanation a human can trust and act on, twice. Every pass sharpens both the model and the data. That's Grenade Explorer. Thank you for your attention.